Welcome to Natural Powers. My name is Adrienne, and I'm going to tell you a really quick and easy tip to recognize one or more of your past lives. Now, when we're talking about something metaphysical like this, it's very important to remember that everything metaphysical is very subtle, from psychic abilities to past lives, even like chakra activations. This is all very subtle things because we live in such a 3D world that we are so accustomed to in our human bodies that it's hard to remember that everything is energy and everything's based on frequency and vibration, and even this resonance that we're about to talk about is very, very subtle. So, how can you very quickly and easily recognize one or more of your past lives? Well, I'm sure if you're here, you probably know that you can lay down and do a full-on past life regression yourself with guided audio on YouTube. However, if you're here and you're human, you've probably had some simpler past lives that you may have not yet considered. You've already been inert things like part of the earth or something like a rock or crystal, a plant. You've probably been a tree, but you've also been an animal or more. More than likely, more than one time you were an animal before life was like, go be a human. Life makes sense, and it goes in a particular order, just like spirituality and the ascension process takes you step by step. A lot of times we don't remember things like this because it would be very difficult to have that kind of information dumped on us. Our consciousness possibly couldn't handle it while we're here working on our human life. So, take a minute to think about it. Maybe watch some videos of the animals that you like and see how you feel. Or maybe as soon as I said that, a thought already came to mind. Especially if you already know what your psychic strength might be, you might just pay attention to see if it gives you some confirmation. So, have you had an animal life, and do you know what it might be? There'll be this kind of resonance with this animal. I know I had never considered that I had been a moose before, but I really liked them, but not enough that I had moose stuff in my house or anything. It wasn't one that I was like, I love octopi, I have octopus stuff, and I have fairy stuff, and I was like, oh, of course I've been those once I realized we had been this simpler stuff before. But even if you're not an old soul, you've been an animal before. So once I gave moose a thought, and I saw a video of some people hand feeding this moose, and I will link it below if I can find it. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. And then I saw another one later, and I was like, you know what? I got this psychic confirmation, and my psychic skill happens to be claircognizance, so it's just a thought, and it just came really clear to me when I saw this moose like lumbering around. It's kind of this big animal lumbering around, kind of carefree. He's really kind of one of the biggest animals in the woods. So even though he's not a predator, he kind of roams around really carefree, just exploring and having fun. And I just got this confirmation that I had done that. It was like a confirmation and a resonance at the same time. That I saw this moose just lumbering around, not really caring what humans were up to, and not really caring what else was going on in the woods. And I just felt like, yes, I have totally done that before. I've been there. And there's a few others that I feel close to, that I feel like I've had those lives. So I would say just take some time to think about it. Watch some video clips of that animals that you think you may have been. And especially if you know what your psychic skill is, listen for that confirmation. It's very, very subtle, and I thought this could definitely help open up your thoughts to more involved or more intricate past lives. There's a lot of talk of, have you had an alien past life, or were you part of this soul family, or do you feel a connection to the Pleiades? That's very advanced stuff for us to remember. Those are very long, involved lives for us to connect to, and a past life regression might take you there, but it would be very much easier, quicker, and simpler to remember some of your animal past lives, because you've had them. Now, they may not have been on Earth, and they may not be species that you're aware of, but more than likely, if you sit down and think about this information, you can find some animals that you resonate with that won't necessarily break your psyche. So that's my story, and that's how you can quickly and easily remember some of your past lives, because if you're here and if you're human, you've been there before. So tell us about it in the comments below. Tell us if you felt resonance with something. When did you feel it? How did it happen? Did you get confirmation from your psychic skills? Did you hear from your higher self? Or did you just know? I mean, psychic knowing is a very subtle thing. It can be kind of difficult to separate your regular thoughts from your brain thought generator and your incoming thoughts of claircognizance. And when you all of a sudden know something that you didn't know before, that's it. It's just a matter of paying attention to those subtle signs of life. Let me know what else you guys would like to hear about in the comments below, as well as what past lives you remember and how you got that confirmation. And have a wonderful day. Namaste.